What is up, everybody? It's Sam, and we are back with another episode of Pessimistic at Best, the podcast. I have Sophia on the pod.
Should we tell them what we are?
Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3.
We
have
are
the
hungover.
Oh,
Sorry.
oops. So that's what happens when you're hungover. We are hungover. Can you see? We feel cute. We feel gorgeous.
The twist. We're gorgeous.
We have headaches.
We're waiting for that. What was it? Advil? Aleve?
Advil.
Advil's clocking in,
We're waiting.
and we're waiting for that shift to start.
So true.
Um,
But here we are. We're hungover and it's good. This is Sophia's first time in my Chicago apartment.
it is my first time on the video format of the podcast. You've
true.
heard my voice before, but
Yes. But she's back. And now she's here in 4K.
what could be better than this, baby?
Oh my God. Literally obsessed with it. But yeah, we are hungover and it kind of sucks. And that's why we look like this.
But we're chilling. Something really chill happened yesterday, and we got to sing karaoke.
We did. I gotta be honest. I don't know if I've ever done karaoke prior to that. I literally don't think I have.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm coming out as someone who's never done karaoke before.
And you were silent about that last night.
Mm-hmm.
You really slid in like that was something you've done before.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, though. Then you came in.
Thanks.
Because the thing about karaoke, especially the way they had it set up where like it's not a stage or whatever, it's just like you're on the floor with like, you know, the common people.
Yeah.
Is we didn't just do our song, which was Linger by the Cranberries, a fan favorite. We were getting in on everybody else's songs.
100%.
If you were like missing a line, give me the mic.
Yeah.
I said, I think you're fine. I'm sure you also paid $20 to skip the line and be able to do this, but
And I'll take it from here.
we got this.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Literally. I actually like that format though. It takes the pressure off.
Yeah, and also then like, and the thing about karaoke that is so key is like, no matter what song you choose, you'll have the crowd for the first half,
Yeah.
and then it's so humiliating because then in the second half, you have to keep going.
Yeah, and
you've
everyone gives
lost
up.
The crowd.
That's so true.
And then you have to keep there like singing and kind of like you kind of wish you could stop
Yeah.
and you kind of want to just go back to your friends and
Yeah.
be silly. That's why you have to have your friends like on it the whole time. The people whose friends are in the back
Yeah.
and then they come up to
sing,
sing and their
yeah.
friends don't come up with them.
I mean, I just wouldn't do it.
That's an act of violence. It's
Literally.
so fucked
I'd be
up.
like, come on, guys.
Yeah, like I made you guys come up and sing as a foursome, which is the
And
only
frankly,
way.
we stayed.
Yeah, and well, we didn't get off the floor.
Yeah.
We didn't get off the floor. Someone bought us drinks.
We came and we
to
stayed.
thank us because they didn't know the words, and so we took the mic. Well, he gave the mic, sang the rest of his song.
Yep.
And then he bought us
Drinks to say thank
compensation.
you. Quite literally. Also, I have to be honest, that man was so nice because not only did he do that when we sang his song for him, I also spilled his drink. I came
Yeah.
down with my arm on him.
And you know what? And he did the exact thing that you're meant to do. He bought us drinks and he walked away.
Yeah.
And
Right.
he left
right.
us alone.
That is so true.
That's you don't find a man like that
You really don't.
in the greater Chicago area.
Yeah.
He was in a quarter zip.
He was.
He was in a quarter zip, but that
Aren't
was a
they
sweetheart.
all?
So if somehow you're in the ether, just know that you are an example model of masculinity.
You have the power.
You have the power of now. And I bet, you know what? That man's never touched a copy of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
And I'm sure he has not. He may have never read a book.
What's your favorite airport book?
That's a really good question.
Like, you know, when you're walking through is it a relay? What is it? It's, the Smiths and Johnson or what's that like?
Yeah. Or there's the other one that's Hudson News.
Hudson.
News.
This goes out to Hudson.
Podcast sponsored by Hudson News. I feel like I usually go for memoirs. But I have purchased Atomic Habits,
Knew it.
which sucks for me. Haven't read it. Haven't cracked that one open even.
I don't think I've ever had a habit.
Yeah. So I actually got onto like self-help TikTok.
Me too.
Somehow. I literally was just talking about this the other day, but sometimes my TikTok, I get into these TikTok niche.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did I get here? But
I'm on
anyways,
breakup TikTok.
Yeah,
for no reason.
Right.
Like,
You haven't
and
broken
like,
up?
yeah, and like there's like it's like or like sad quotes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like I am like I'm like how did I get here? But like
Well, then you have to go back, look at your likes,
Yeah.
see where you went wrong. But I got on self-help TikTok, and there was a TikTok of this girl who I think it's literally her job is like habit training
habit stacking.
or something. But she was saying
She's like a habit coach.
yeah, a coach. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
However, I did watch a lot of her shit, and I was honestly
How did I
eating
get
that
on self-help
shit
TikTok?
up. Yeah, literally.
Because you're clocking in.
Literally. And something she said that actually made sense to me was, because for me, I'm really bad about like getting out of bed in the morning. I like always snooze. I snooze it every single fucking time. And she was like,
what's the point?
there's the habit goes, there's like the cue, which is your alarm going off, something that happens in the middle, and then a reward. And she was like, you just need to change that thing that happens in the middle. Right now it's pressing snooze, and the reward that you tell yourself
Is sleep.
is sleep.
Banger.
But if you change that to like, you just place something else there where you get up, you immediately drink a bunch of water, you just replace it with something, then you'll act like, then your new reward is I'm hydrating myself and I'm getting out of bed.
Yeah, but water's not a reward.
Well, that is
Like,
true.
that's the thing is like, that's my, like, I hear it and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. But like the thing on the other side,
Right.
the thing that's like good for you, like nothing feels as good as the sleep.
I know.
So then I'm like, okay, well, yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm still pressing snooze.
I'm still, hey, I'm not breaking habits. We're not here to break habits.
I will say, though, something that I started last year, the only habit change I've ever stuck to, I've been washing my face before bed.
You did it last night.
It was my New Year's resolution last year. And I've been keeping it up.
I went to bed last night at 3:30 in the morning, 3:45. I'm on the couch. I'm crusted up. I'm not an ounce of makeup is coming off of my face. And Sam is in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Scrubbing away. And so then I had to do it this morning at 8 with the pounding headache. And I was like, I should have done it then.
Yeah. It's it's like the one thing I've actually managed to change in my life.
Yeah, but okay, I think for getting out of bed, the key is a yummy breakfast.
Yeah.
A delicious breakfast.
Yeah.
That's the like, if you wake up and you know there's like.
So for me, that used to work just orange juice. I used to go to sleep.
You are such an orange juice fucking fiend. It's so true.
I used to go to sleep looking forward to my glass of orange juice in the morning.
Which is funny because like, don't they know now that like orange juice is essentially just like sugar water?
Literally. Just a little sugar high.
But like your house also always had orange juice. Like
Yeah.
I know this about you. You're an OJ fiend.
I'm an OJ queen. I fucking love
Are you still
juice.
on the stuff? You on the bottle?
Oh yeah.
I fucking love juice.
I fucking love juice, dude.
You used to pull up to my house before we would go to breakfast at OPH when we were like 17, when we thought we knew what a hangover was.
Yep.
And you'd have a fat water bottle full of lemonade. And I have a weird thing about putting non-water drinks in water bottles.
Yeah.
So it always shocked me. And I was like, well, maybe if it's just that water bottle, but it was different ones.
It was.
There's that Camelback.
It was like honestly a little bit fucked up because I was drinking it out of a straw, which there was something actually really sinister about that.
No, but also like, I don't think, like if you were drinking milk out of that straw.
Yeah. But there's like pulp. It was simply lemonade. Pulpy ass simply lemonade.
The two drinks that you always had in your house were Squirt.
Ew, yeah. Still a fan favorite by my father.
I knew it was Jeff.
Yep.
And Simply Lemonade.
Mm-hmm. Also, Squirt is the worst of the white sodas.
It's like, is that not Mellow Yellow? Which also like, ew.
Yeah. Well,
But-
it's like a mixture. It's like, they're discontinuing. It's either, I think it's Sierra Mist.
No.
They're getting rid of Sierra Mist.
Is that the Pepsi Sprite? Or is it Pepsi is Sprite and Sierra Mist is Coca-Cola?
I don't know. I think
Because I think Sierra Mist is better than Sprite. Okay. And that's taking a McDonald's Sprite out of the conversation.
Sure.
Because that's apex
yeah,
of,
so true.
of drinks. Also for a hangover, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But then take that. Okay, so that's gone. Sierra Mist, I can't.
Yes, dude. Oh.
Fishburne. I didn't say that.
Oh. Yeah.
Did you see that Culver's is going to switch to Pepsi or from Pepsi to Coke
No
products?
way. Oh my
I didn't.
God.
Okay, I saw the headline. I didn't click the article. I could be like,
It's fucking. This is
getting
some
yanked
clickbait
around.
shit.
No. I think it's real. You know, wait.
That would be.
Let me fact check.
That would be a big time game changer, honestly.
Well, because I was thinking about it. I almost tweeted it and then I didn't. Wisconsinites as a whole don't discuss the fact that we just turned the other cheek to the fact that
Yeah.
Culver's sells Pepsi products.
Yeah.
And that's disgusting.
That is so true.
And I think it's because I only hit the root beer if I'm there.
Okay. Yeah, I usually go lemonade. Which now, I mean, that adds up. Here's my order. You want to know my Culver's order?
I know your Culver's order, but let the people know.
Here's my Culver's order because I'm literally a child. I get a corn dog team Scoopy meal with extra crispy fries, a large lemonade, no ice, and I get the scoop right away. And the scoop that I get is chocolate custard with the peanut butter sauce.
I also, I have a very similar one, but I go chicken tenders or grilled cheese.
Oh, the tendies, yeah. Did you know you can get just one chicken tender? So sometimes I'll throw just one.
A rogue?
A rogue tendy.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's kind of a game changer because, like, sometimes this Team Scoopy meal is enough, but sometimes a corn dog's not going to do it.
Yeah, well, corn dog specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you, with fries, what sauces are you doing?
So I honestly go no sauce, which is a little bit messed up, but
We got to change that habit.
Yeah, that's really true. I'm not really a big fan of Culver's ketchup.
Me neither. That's why I do honey mustard and ranch.
Okay.
Both.
That makes
also
sense.
confirmed they are switching today. Today, like the magazine cover.
Oh.
It's getting
Major coverage.
CBS 58, Fox 6,
Big news.
The Post Crescent.
Big fucking news.
Yeah, you guys, the people are buzzing. They're fucking buzzing, mate.
That's really exciting.
It's sick.
That is sick.
Culver's is huge. We tried to get Culver's yesterday, but we
actually missed the exit.
so we settled on Chipotle, which actually slapped.
It did, and we still had some when we got home last night, and that hit.
That's why this hangover is hitting so bogus, because like we did everything.
We did all the right steps.
Right.
Yeah.
We tried. We came home. We drank water at the bar.
We did.
They had little pitchers, so that was perfect. And then we came home. We sat and had a DMC, deep meaningful conversation about some childhood
Cheers
trauma
to that.
for about like an hour.
Literally.
8. So like typically that is like you're safe.
Yeah.
You know, you've given yourself body,
More water
like,
at home.
Yeah, a water bottle filled up, woke up, pounding head.
I realized we should have taken the meds last night. It's always good to go to sleep on the meds.
I think I saw somewhere that the cure for a hangover when you come home is a liquid IV and 2 Tylenol PMs.
Ooh, I have Tylenol PM. We're doing that tonight.
Tonight.
I think we have liquid IV in the house too, and if we don't, we can get some at Walgreens.
Why?
I'm a big liquid IV girl.
I want to know, is it big alcohol that's holding back the hangover research? If we can develop a vaccine,
yeah,
look me in the eyes, Stem, and tell me if we can develop a vaccine within like, I don't know, how long did it take? A year and like 13 months, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the cure for the common hangover?
That's what I'm saying.
What
I have my best routine is I do something really similar along those lines. Although Tylenol PM is really
because you also makes you sleep, and I also wake up and that ruins it.
Yeah, and once I'm up, it's really hard for me to go back to sleep if
Same.
I'm drunk or whatever coming down. But a little weed, I think we've got to.
We need to develop a weed habit into the hangover routine or into the night, the wind down, the shutdown.
Yes.
The like it's a hangover prevention.
Yeah.
A hangover prevention plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, weed does do it.
Yeah.
It if it depends, because if you come home and you're like off it, you know?
Yeah.
You're a little
yeah.
cross-eyed. I feel like weed's gonna go.
That's true.
You know, weed goes down bad sometimes.
Yeah.
It could get a little funky funk, but you like hit a little hit of the pen.
Right.
That
Just
could
a little something before bed.
And you know what? We have the power.
We do.
We have to.
We have the tools.
Have to change this habit. I bet that's in Atomic Habits. I bet there's a
Hudson News. And welcome back to Hudson News.
I not recently, but a couple of months ago, I was in my roommate's room, and my roommate she's Austrian. She's not American. She's not like, she didn't know what she was picking up.
Yeah.
But I saw a copy of Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life on her desk.
That will happen.
And I said, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I don't know. I saw it in the airport and I bought it.
It's always, you make the worst choices at the airport.
And so I had to pull up some clips to be like, this is who you're talking about.
And I think you can't be held accountable for those choices.
No, and it's also, it's the funniest $19 you'll ever spend. Yeah. You don't walk into an airport without spending at min $30.
For sure.
On a meal, on an entertainment thing.
I also have picked up the silly little habit of, for some reason, I've been buying physical magazines at the airport.
That's vintage.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do that as a teenager.
And magazines are expensive now.
What are they, like $5, $6?
They're like $15. They're like, really?
Sam, you were paying $15 to get branded content. You just go on Instagram and do it for free.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why I do it. Like, I bought like a Vogue and like a...
There is something, I mean, it's the glamour of like getting on a flight with a magazine.
Yeah.
Who, like, everyone's like, who is she?
I just feel like so much of our childhood was really me and you going to Barnes and Nobles and grabbing magazines.
I mean, my obsession with magazines, it like runs deep. I tried to do my thesis on them and they were like, nobody's interested in that. And I said,
speak for your fucking self, bitch.
This bitch is.
I got 2 fingers and they're pointing right back at me.
I'm interested. It's not compelling. Actually, what she said was, that's a high school level analysis.
Oh, shit. I think I remember you saying that. That's fucking bogus.
If my thesis advisor sees this, why do you hate me? I'm on my knees for you, Rachel. Why?
Yeah, that'll happen.
So bogus.
I know, and I feel like, honestly, that love of magazines is like why we work in the industry that we do.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, if someone would have told me that magazines would have been a gateway to getting a master's, I would have put them down.
Yeah.
I would have wanted someone to say, put down that InStyle.
And we're gonna close those.
And it really does, like, it fucks you in the head so much because, like, we were reading 17 magazine, getting some of the worst fashion advice known to man.
And then we started blogs.
We don't talk about the blogs enough.
We really don't.
Samantha and I were 9, 10 years old with a blog spot. No, Google Blogs.
Yeah.
Whatever. And
I think it was Blogspot.
what was yours fashion?
Mine was called something. God, it was called something so bad. I tried to make it like a little punny. What was it? It was something like I'm gonna have to try and look it up. I'm sure it's still there.
I found them when I think we were in middle school laughing at our elementary school selves for having blogs.
I mean, how fucking
But
embarrassing.
one was like about how to make friends or something in school. I don't remember whose was whose. And one was about fashion.
And we had one friend. Who the fuck are we giving advice to?
And like fashion with my Bobby Jack t-shirts.
Yeah, literally. Oh my God. Honestly, iconic. I feel like those are probably coming back.
We were sick in the head.
Yeah,
we were genuinely delusional.
Yeah.
Yeah, but blogs are coming back. But the thing is, I was looking at some of like the Instagram fashion people or like sometimes some of the fashion girlies that come up on TikTok and they'll put on an outfit and I'm like, that shit's whack. Like I'm looking at them and they're doing like running shorts and like a peasant top.
Yeah.
And like boots or whatever. And I'm like, what?
I know.
And it's the same thing as like the 17 magazine that was like high-heeled sneakers.
Totally.
Leather leggings. And then transition from like day to night. Where is a 16, 17-year-old going from day to night?
Yeah.
What are you? And like, I always wanted to dye my hair because it was always, and like, they gave it the most generalized advice for like, there was like separated into 5 categories. Yeah. And like,
and it was like preppy, like.
Yeah, flirty.
Yeah.
Sporty.
Yes.
I mean, it was the Spice Girls. But I also then, did you have this weird, I had an obsession with like, I mean, it's the early concept of branding yourself, but like an obsession with like having my style have a specific word. Teenagers do it now with like aesthetics.
Yeah.
Like I want this aesthetic or what's the name of like this aesthetic. Like
vanilla girl.
Yeah. Bleh.
Clean girl.
Racism.
Literally. That shit is so fucked up.
It's giving Aryan. Um,
So
but,
true.
like, and like but I was obsessed with like being like, what are the words that define my like.
And I also feel like so much of that was because from magazines, or you could do little quizzes to figure out which one you
Yeah.
were, and then that was like my identity. Okay,
Yeah, I was always like flirty.
yeah. I wish.
Whatever.
That's the one I always got too. No, I wasn't.
Yeah, no, I mean, and then I was in a jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah,
And
literally.
an Abercrombie t-shirt that I got from Plato's Closet.
100%.
Without a doubt. With a
Damn,
tank
R.I.P.
top
Plato's.
If the smell of Plato's Closet,
Yeah.
if I walked in, I would just disintegrate.
We have a guest.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, everyone says that.
Just to be touched by the tail. It's a baptism.
My cat's in frame for those of you who are just listening.
Oh. Give us a speech.
Say a little something, son.
You want to be quiet? My boy.
My boy. Oh,
We got him.
a little
Ladies
one,
and
a little
gentlemen.
something for the fans.
We got a soundbite. And you know, folks, you don't get that every day.
You really don't. You really don't.
Oh my God, the giggles of a hangover.
That's like easily the best part. Actually, when we had that, the last time we were at OPH, I had not giggled that hard. And granted, you weren't hungover, I don't think, but it was right after my holiday party.
That's what the text is. My Facebook got hacked twice that week, and I was telling Samantha about it.
I was in tears over that shit.
Oh, that was fucking funny.
It was so funny. Also, that is so funny that your Facebook got hacked. It's still so funny.
So, for the folks who don't know, my mom came downstairs at 6:30 in the morning.
Picture, how tall is your mom? 5'2"?
4'11".
Yeah, she's so small.
5'1" with her clogs on.
Yeah, with the clogs.
And she comes downstairs, knocks on my door, and goes, to do the voice, you really have to like, Sophia, you posted something. You posted something to Facebook, and I'm like, I wake in a like, I was like, no, I didn't.
I just think it's so bogus that that's all she said.
And I was like, what was it? She goes, I don't know. Something. It's so mom. And so I'm like scrambling, still half asleep, trying to be like, what is she talking about? Someone hacked my Facebook and started posting a weight loss ad. I've seen some other victims now.
I have too.
I'm like, okay. So
Is that just you? They probably clicked on your shit.
what's funny is I just deleted it. Didn't do anything about it. So it happened like 12 more times.
On yours?
And then James got tagged. So he just kept commenting like, Sophia, fuck off.
Well, I think that's the best part. So Sophia tagged people in it, or Sophia's hacker.
Me.
So then, like, she tags like 6 people in this weight loss ad. 6 fatties.
Tags. These porky.
Porkies. Oh my God. Oh, tag 6 fatties in the weight loss ad. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, we cried over that one.
Cried again.
Literally. Tag 6 fatties. Oh, so yeah, so that was like the best hangover giggles. Also, there's no better place than OPH.
The best hangover giggle I had recently was a couple of months ago in Amsterdam. My roommates and I threw a Smurf-themed party. Smurf and Angels was the theme, and so I was dressed up as Smurf Jesus. We had everyone was on theme. It was Smurfs for days. It was one of those things where, like, even when we were in the club, still in garb, I was like, this is gonna be fucking funny tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so waking up in the morning, our house is trashed. There's blue everywhere. We decorated it, and everybody waking up and like with their Smurf wig and having access to Smurf hats.
Yes, dude.
It was so fucking funny for the first 20 minutes, and then the cleanup had to set in.
Yeah.
Having a party and waking up hungover in your own house, and it's silly, and then you gotta clean up.
Yeah.
It's not so silly anymore.
No, it gets unsilly real quick.
It goes so downhill.
Yeah.
But
Cleaning
the
up
giggles
sucks.
there. And there was like what was it? There was
Well,
a
waking
Smurf
up like
doll.
in costume.
In costume, beard.
Yeah.
I was still in my tunic. I woke up in my tunic, in my bed. I'd opened my balcony doors wide so I could sleep in the fresh night air.
Of course.
And
Not the tunic.
yeah, my roommate ordered a tuna sandwich.
Ew.
11:30.
Ew.
A tunicado from Joe and Juice.
Oh no.
Shout out.
Okay, I'm anti Joe and the Juice.
I don't think it's good either.
I think it's really bad.
It's expensive, and it's not.
Every time I've had obviously it's like microwave foods, whatever.
I didn't realize that it was a chain.
Which so is Starbucks, but like Starbucks microwave food tastes better.
It's salty.
Joe and the Juice, literally, it is the most rock hard sandwich.
The filling comes down to that much, and then the bread is just like pure stone.
Yeah.
You have to bite into it, and I'm not that familiar because I avoid.
Yeah.
Because like if I'm doing a chain, I'm doing Starbucks because I know it.
It's trusty.
But
you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, and the tunicado, I don't get the hype. Apparently, it's famous.
Really? Oh, see, I'm not really a tuna girly.
Oh, I do love tuna. I'll be honest, but I do that
I know that about you.
I do that privately.
Yeah.
I used to get laughed at. I'd bring tuna sandwiches to school in high school, and I used to get ripped apart.
That will happen.
But shit slaps if you have it. The tuna salad from Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
I haven't had Jimmy John's in forever.
I haven't either. We used to be big. James was a freaky fast delivery driver for a while.
So was our friend Ruth.
Yeah.
Never forget.
she made the Sammys.
I was telling everybody recently that Ruth got fired from that job. Apparently that's not true.
It's not true. She quit.
Maybe it was my friend Sarah who was fired from Family Video.
No way.
I think so.
Oh my God, that sucks.
Honestly, I could be starting another rumor.
I would never want to work at Family Video.
No, me neither. She did in college. It was like weirdly recent. Like not recently because that's...
How are they still in business?
Exactly. Even then, I was like, who's on DVD and Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Still.
Blu-ray.
Do you remember though, like having a sleepover? And you go to the movie store.
Oh, totally. We would go to the Family Video over by Zoe's house.
And it made movies so much better.
Yeah, it really did.
And like the shit that they'd have, you sit there at the wall.
Yeah.
Was it you that we dressed up and went to the Family Video in the mall once? Or was that a different...
I don't know if that was me.
I dressed up as a wizard with somebody. That sucks that if it wasn't you.
I don't think it was me.
How was I doing that?
That sounds like something like Lauren would do.
Probably.
Like
We
she
did
had a
used to
wizard
like to dress
costume.
up.
She had a lot of costumes.
So did Julia.
Yeah.
She had that big ass bin.
Yeah.
In the basement. That shit slapped.
Mhm.
Why? I don't know.
Should we do that today?
A costume bin?
Yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time. We gotta go to medieval times.
Dude, yeah, honestly.
Maybe, all right, 30th birthday, 3 years.
Okay.
Dirty 30 at
Dirty
medieval
30.
times.
Yeah, that could be sick.
That would be
Have you ever been to a Ren fair?
No, but apparently they're super fun.
Yeah, I kind of want to experience that.
Somebody said it's like a amusement park, but just with better food.
And that's what's
I
up.
had a friend who went to one. But I would need to dress up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Well,
be
you
able
gotta.
to go
Yeah, you gotta do.
not dressed up.
You gotta give it 100%.
But then where do you get the garb?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like the only thing I've ever gone to that you like dress up was like Springfest in Germany,
Okay.
and like you could rent a dirndl, but I bought mine
Yeah.
because I was.
I
Like,
went
this should
to
be a good thing to
Springfest.
have.
During study abroad, but I did not dress up because I didn't get the memo.
You didn't do the dirndl?
No, which was really boring of me.
My dirndls come in handy because I had to work in Oktoberfest, so I have gotten
Oh.
2 uses out of it, which I was
Hey,
like,
that's not bad.
yeah, now I'm a proud owner.
Proud
I'm
honor.
a proud owner of a dirndl.
Yeah. Yeah. Springfest was fun.
Springfest is silly.
It's really silly.
The Germans are silly, to be honest.
I actually made friends with like an Australian bachelor party.
We found a British bachelor.
A lot of
Actually,
bachelor parties. A
wait,
stag,
a
if you
stag.
will.
Look at this.
And I bonded with a guy because we could both take our teeth out.
That's sick.
Yeah, so that was a real party trick.
Look at this. I found this from Springfest. It's I took my phone broke in Berlin, and then we went to Springfest, so I didn't have a phone. So I took
That's
my friend's
classic.
phone, and I made a 6-minute snap story
Oh no.
that I do have, but I just screen recorded the best ones.
Oh, see, I missed that Snapchat filter too with the big ass mouth. That's the best
This was
one.
and then okay, so I befriended these guys, and then this guy. And then, so it's a bachelor party, right? But then there's the dad. There's the dad.
Of course.
This is the groom's father.
Oh my God, of course it
There I am.
is.
How many photos?
Oh my God, so many.
What does that mean? We were having the time of our
Silly.
lives. I got people to buy me food because I was wearing red and all the waitresses were wearing red.
Oh,
And we went
hilarious.
with a friend who lived in Germany, and she did my hair in this little like braid thing. I looked just very like tradish.
Yeah.
And I just have like colonial face, so like
Yeah.
I just could look. If you put me in Europe, and the people are white, they will think I'm from that place.
Yeah.
And so everybody thought that I was a waitress, and so people were like taking photos with me, and I would charge
Yeah, I
them like
think you-
€5.
Yes.
Or like in exchange for food, I would photograph with people, and so these men were like feeding me potato balls and shit, and I was like sitting at their table with them for 5 minutes.
Jeez.
That was the start of my entrepreneurial spirit.
That is honestly iconic.
It was
That's
so
an
fucking
entrepreneur if I've ever seen
funny.
one.
I was a hustler that
Yeah.
day. I was working for that money.
And that's what's up.
That was so sweet.
That's so funny. Yeah. It'd be fun to do something in costume soon.
I would love a themed party is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Like, and like dueling themes
Yeah.
is fun because it's fun to give a prompt and see how people interpret it. But the problem is there takes so much trust in your friend group
Yeah. Because if people don't do it,
to know,
Yeah.
so the way we did it was Smurf versus Angels. All Smurfs go to heaven was the theme. So it was like Smurf and Angel. And then honestly, the Angel was just there to weed out the losers who weren't willing to
Totally.
be funny and do Smurf.
to boss all the way up to Smurf
Yeah,
level.
so if you showed up as an angel, and so we did, we had a shaming mechanism. So we had flop jail,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and we're gonna make people walk up to the mirror and go, "I'm a flop, I'm a flop, I'm a flop" 3 times, and announce it. And we had like a thing where it was just like flop jail.
That is a shame mechanism if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, and people did dress up, and like some people did come as angels, but at least then they still committed fully to the theme.
Yeah.
And there was only 4 like really like flop.
Yeah.
But they were also the worst was that they were like guests, like friends of friends, so we couldn't really shame them.
Yeah,
so we had to
right.
be like, oh my god,
And it's always those people who don't feel, they don't want to go all the way or else,
yeah,
oops.
they're embarrassed.
Yeah.
But we wanted to make like the key to a theme party is making it embarrassing to show up not in theme.
Yeah.
That was key.
Yeah.
And I think that, so you just have to have so much trust in your friend group that they're gonna commit to the
Yeah.
bit.
Right.
Because if you half it, then it's so fucking embarrassing.
100%. I agree.
You guys could host a good themed party here.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
that'd be fun.
This is a perfect party apartment.
And there's so many places to sit.
And like there's ways to like for the tiers to,
Yeah.
C-list can be in here.
Yep.
Like inner, like kind of like friends, inner circle in the kitchen.
Right.
There's always the sub kitchen party.
Yeah.
And
That is so true.
That's
Gotta
so
be close to the
hype.
snacks and the drinks.
The drinks, and it's like 3 people who know each other in there, and the rest of the people who know people. For people who aren't in the kitchen party, I'm sure everyone's always like.
Yeah.
But when I walk into any function, my one goal is to be like, what's going on in that kitchen?
Yep.
I'm getting into that inner circle zone.
Literally. Yeah. Sort of a sanctimonious place.
Yeah, I don't care how distant I am from the host.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting myself into that intimate moment.
Yeah, that's real. That's a good goal. We've had one party here that was like an actual party. It was actually James's album release party.
Oh, right.
And that was fun. We definitely want to utilize the space more.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I am so obsessed. I don't know what age you turn where you become like
I know. Where you just like
so
love.
fucking into apartments.
Yeah. Fucking love
Apartments and
spaces.
homes is so like it's like soothing for me for some reason.
I still look on Facebook Marketplace at available apartments for no reason.
Just to look.
Just to look.
Same.
I
do
like
it.
to see what's out there.
I always look in Madrid because I have an app that just like has all their like a listing thing.
Yeah.
And because also it's so cheap, so it's just so easy to
Yeah.
like imagine and fantasize. I'll never stop. I cannot.
I know.
It's so fun. I'm just like, it's so pure like escapism.
Yeah.
And your apartment is fine, like whatever.
Right.
living
Like I literally
situation
love
is
it here,
fine.
but
Also moving is hell.
moving sucks, dude. This was the first year we paid for movers.
Have you seen that thing on Twitter that's going around where people, it's like a viral thing and someone's like, do you need help moving? And they're like, I would never, ever ask a friend to help me move, but thank you.
I have a deep-seated fear that if I was just telling James, I hope none of our friends move who live close to us because
You feel like you'll have to help?
I think we'll get asked.
No, but I think
We're the ones with the car too, which
yeah, but anyone who moves, they're gonna have a car. Or you mean your friends here who move into like in Chicago, but then move into your neighborhood?
yeah.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah,
Do
so don't you
not
dare.
go barking up that tree.
Yeah.
But I do think like, don't ask your friends. You can ask your friends to pack. You can ask your friends.
I agree with that.
You can ask them to drive.
Yeah.
You know, that's different. Don't ask me to unload.
I'm not lifting a box.
Don't ask people to carry shit upstairs.
Yeah. Can't be bothered. Well, that was like half the reason we got movers. This is the first apartment I've lived in that didn't have an elevator.
Well, and also you guys were going far.
Yeah.
Like that would have been so. Did you have to get like a little? Like look at all. I mean, you have a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a full truck. They even brought our plant. They say they don't bring plants.
They do.
Because I think they get worried that they could kill it.
Probably. It's a liability issue.
Yeah.
They carry everything like upstairs.
They did it all.
Unpack it.
They didn't unpack. I think we could have paid for that. We also didn't pay for them to actually pack. Like we packed our boxes.
Oh yeah. I think that's fine because you also want to know
Where everything is.
where everything is, what boxes are in what, and like that is deceptively quicker.
Yeah.
Than,
It is.
Like you think it's going to be, and you can do it over the course of time.
Yeah.
Especially if you break it down room by room.
Yeah.
But moving, the physical moving.
Yeah.
That's the worst part about like family. Because I feel like if a family, my parents haven't moved, and my brother's I've never been involved, but
Yeah.
I could have been.
Well, and
that's
this
a close
was the year
call.
my parents were like, we can't help you anymore. And I was like, I get it. You guys are pushing 65.
I don't think my parents are going to listen to this, and if they do, I guess it's the truth. I'm not sure anyone's ever helped me move except for my senior year
Really?
and my freshman year
Yeah.
when I moved into that house. But every other time I've moved myself.
I mean, I moved
Everywhere.
myself, but I only moved within the embassy. I just moved up a couple floors.
You moved out. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was packing shit into the Subaru in the most abysmal way.
Shit just by
Just,
the
like,
end, shit
throwing
does not
stuff
make any
in there,
sense.
And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Yep.
good. But then it's just a room. So it was never that bad. And like, I wasn't somebody who's like taking my bed with me.
Yeah.
You know?
I saw some TikTok recently of some girl that was like, when you get to the like absolutely insane part of moving where like shit just doesn't make any sense anymore, and she panned over a box and it said like air fryer and dirty clothes.
That's what it is, where you're just like, oh, just get in,
Yeah.
get it out, get it over there. Everybody wants to think that they're going to wash everything in their closet, fold it.
Yeah.
Like, that's your chance to do that, or you're going to go through shit and get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, the amount of stuff
I know.
that you acquire.
We have so much shit. It's crazy.
In a single year of grad school, my first year, I arrived with a large suitcase and a little suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
I left with, like, 10 boxes.
Yeah.
And a mattress.
Yep.
It was insane. Like, I had to get a moving van to
Mhm.
move from where I was to Amsterdam. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Well, and for you, you've moved so many times, like actual big moves. I feel like it's also hard because
I've big moved, but I've done the kind where you don't bring anything with you.
Right.
I've like downsized my life into those specific 2 suitcases
yeah.
3 separate times.
Yeah, that shit's crazy to me.
Which is, and then I am buying shit.
yeah.
So then I'm also like wasting so much stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why now I'm trying to like actually hold on to the things I have and just like get a storage unit. Just like put it somewhere
Sure.
else. You know, you don't need to get rid of
Yeah.
everything.
Well, and then it's hard too to decide like, okay, do I actually start collecting items that I care about, or am I getting rid of this in a year?
Exactly. And like I think if my next move it's going to have to be like a cross European road trip with like a van.
Yeah.
Because I got a bed frame now.
Yeah.
And I have a headboard I'm not willing to part with.
I understand that. I think I'm going to get on the headboard game too.
Made.com.
Okay. Never heard of it.
We did just like, I did a really, really, really cheap bed frame from IKEA, like one of those 50 euros or some shit. And then I think they have a US website, but they have a UK one and EU, whatever. And they've got like the good, like, those chairs.
Yeah.
It's wicker, I guess. There's a Dutch word for it that I can't remember now. But they have like those kind of headboards. So like mine is like kind of like a 70s sort of like crescent with like
that's awesome
reeds, and then it's black. It's cool. It's really sweet.
We definitely I feel like having a headboard is like that's some adult shit right there.
That makes me like when I painted that wall in my room green. I did a bad job, but it is green. And then I had the headboard. I was like, oh, this is the most like kind of interior design I've ever had in a rental. Because I was also, you don't want to put effort into stuff.
I know.
When it's just like gonna not mean anything.
Yeah.
I got like a rug and stuff. So I was like, okay.
Here we go.
27. Doink.
Yeah.
Clock it in. The 27 factory. Are you excited for your Saturn return?
I don't know. I feel nervous about it.
Mine started in October, as we know. We celebrated my birthday together.
Yes.
I think 4 days later, I had one of the most massive mental breakdowns I've ever had in my whole life.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And so then I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was until I saw Andrew Garfield talking about it.
Okay.
But
with Chicken Shop Girl.
Yeah.
She's so fucking funny.
Yeah, them flirting on the carpet.
Yeah.
I've watched that so many times.
Same.
It's so funny. It gives me butterflies.
Yeah, I know. Literally.
So then I immediately went to Google and was like, what is a Saturn return? And I was like, that's what's happening to me right now. And then I thought it was 27 to 30. Sam's tattoo artist said yesterday it goes into 32.
32. Which is really fucked up, honestly.
For the birds, dude.
That's a really long time.
Character development.
5 years?
Has to stop.
At what point? Give us a break.
Am I not enough now?
Yeah,
here I am.
Yeah, this is what you get.
The amount of just like questioning.
Yeah.
And like low grade anxiety and like insecurity and like it's being a teenager again. I think that's what it. Like,
God, don't say it.
That's kind of what it looks like according to the Google that I found.
The Google?
It's like the coming of age. And I was like, I did that already.
Right. I thought we were 15. Past that. I thought we were past that.
I was 15 to 18. And then I also had to be 20 at one point.
I know. Well, for me, I don't know. I don't think people talk enough about how hard your 20s. I mean, there's just no direction. And then this is just the rest of your life. So it's like, okay, I guess we're just doing this. And it has been hard, and I thought the closer you get to 30, the easier it gets. And now that I'm learning that that's not the case, like, that hurts. That sucks.
It's a false promise that we were sold.
Yeah.
But it's also because it's more like I find myself, and we talked about this with the pandemic, the 2 years that are missing that we like don't feel the age that we actually are. But I also find myself like not knowing how to play it.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'll randomly get this urge to kind of like wild out the way we used to.
Same.
Like even like last night when you start drinking, you're like, and I get this excitement and like, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm really allowed to like want to do that anymore. Yeah. I think I'm technically like not supposed to.
I know.
And so I feel a little bit like embarrassed. Yeah. To even have that desire to like, let's get fucked up. Like, and that's not what it is. You just get like, you're just having fun and getting silly. And I feel like that's what you lack in like your later half of your 20s is like that silliness. But this week specifically, or like the last 2 weeks, I would say, where like, mentally we're doing something. And I'm texting everyone being like, do you feel like, has this ever happened to you? Have you ever felt this way? Yeah. Because you have like, it's weird because everybody feels it. And we do talk, you and I talk about it. But like, I feel like nobody comes forth and is kind of like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah. Or like any hint that like you might not like, you've made certain choices and you don't regret any of your choices, but like you're not totally happy. Yeah. Like it's, and there's a lot. What more do I need? What do I want? Like I have it all.
There's a lot more decision making coming down the line, but it's like, yeah.
You know, and how do you coast?
Right.
How can you
Right.
like,
How do you coast?
How can you rest on what you've already done?
Yeah.
Because I feel like right now we're in the process of doing the whatever the work is.
Yeah.
And I think it's also like like for me, it's a lot of stuff coming up, kind of like what we were talking about last night, like a lot of stuff that I didn't think was affecting me emotionally. And it comes with like just a little bit more self-awareness of being like, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Well, sometimes it's also like, I mean, literally last night when we were just talking about childhood trauma, it was one of those things where I feel like a couple years ago, I was like, that stuff, I mean, maybe some of that stuff sucked, but like, there's no way it affected me.
It can't have that big of an effect.
Sure does.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are.
You see it like seeping in, and then you're like, oh no, I have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is annoying because so much of it is other people's actions.
Totally.
That then like, oh, I have to deal with the like how that's taking effect in me.
Yeah.
And I think I just didn't, I assumed it had already taken, I had already noticed those patterns or something.
It had done its damage, run its course.
And then like I would have addressed that at like 22.
Yeah.
No, so like I didn't know that it was going to be coming on to this like later part.
Well, and something that is yeah, a blessing and a curse is right now, like you said, there is more self-awareness at this age. So now I actually can tie it.
The awareness.
Yeah, I can tie it back to something. But then then what am I? I'm stuck with being aware.
Yeah, I mean that is like, I recently started going to therapy, and that is such a big thing of like, you can have the narrative, you can understand where it comes from, whatever, but you never get to protect yourself from the feeling. Like you still have to sit there and just be like, and this is why it brings up this anxiety, and this is why I feel this when someone does that, and blah blah blah. And
and then it's like, okay, and now what?
Yeah, now what?
Yeah,
and like that is like the life's work.
Yeah,
I think it's just being like, and okay. And I'm assuming those things go away with time.
Yeah.
Like I said yesterday, like the way we look at ourselves when we were teenagers, in our late 20s, there will be a time, I'm assuming, when we look at who we are now, and be like, chill the fuck out or whatever, whatever you would say to your teenage self, which I don't even know.
Yeah.
If I got that girl in front of me,
I know,
I would say run,
literally,
run for the hills,
smack her around a little bit,
yeah, and like give her a hug and tell her to just hide out in a bunker,
literally,
until 27.
Yeah, straight up. Until that Saturn return, baby.
No, it's so it sucks so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird how everything has to like it's like falling down a tree, and every branch you hit, you're like, all right, this has got to be it.
I know.
And you go, doink.
Straight
doink,
up.
Doink. It keeps
Well,
going.
it's just so crazy how much like everything actually does influence and impact your life. Every little decision you've ever made, everything that you've ever done, everyone you've ever interacted with. And at the time, you don't see that. Whatever. It's just fucking high school and you're like, whatever. But now it's like, okay.
Certain people that you let into your life, certain things that you tolerate.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing. And then it's so embarrassing to catch yourself doing it again.
Oh my God,
at your big age of 27 and being like, oh my God, this is that behavior that I used to either do in myself or allow from others that I know pisses me off.
Yeah.
Or it like sets me off in some way, does something. And like, here I am allowing it again.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm repeating this pattern. I'm repeating a cycle. And you're like, no.
Yes.
Because I think the scariest thing is like coming out of any hardship and like having nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
Having nothing to like, having learned nothing.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's nightmare fuel.
It is.
It really fucking is. And I just like, I know everybody feels it to some degree. And I always wonder like what people whose life paths like look different than mine, what their version of that feels like. So like somebody in Verona, Wisconsin, who's 25 in their Viridian home.
Yeah.
What does, I know we all feel it. Yeah. What does that
an engagement
feel
ring.
like to them?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure the like kind of physical feeling feels the same, but like what's their middle of the night look like when they're like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's also something interesting about our age. I mean, this happened right out of college too, where it feels like everyone, is like doing different things. But right now, everyone's doing different shit. Like some people are doing the get married thing. Some
There's
people
no way to know what the right move is.
there's none.
There's
and
no there's no rubric.
No, right. Like at all. Some people are like well into their career already. Some people are just getting started. Some people are going back to school.
Some people are hoping to be a 27-year-old intern.
Straight up. And you have the power, bitch. Let's hear for our interns. Snaps for the interns.
We love our interns.
Interns make the world go round. No, but like for real, it is. It's just crazy. There's like, you could be doing 1,000 different things so that you can't sit there and be like, okay, am I doing the right one? There's no way of knowing.
That's true of 30. Like it's true.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I'm sure it's true for life.
Yeah.
Generally speaking. But especially because like once you're in college, I don't know, then you're all sort of you're all doing the same thing. You're all in school.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's the minute that 22 hits and you're out, then it's just like,
I know.
Everybody goes off into the world and you're like, wait.
Yeah.
And like you also like, you have certain beliefs about how certain things will go about yourself, about other people, about like other friends.
Yeah.
And people like going off script can be very weird.
Totally.
You going off script can be very weird.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's just like, this is the post-college is the first time where there is no like next step that it feels like collectively we're all supposed to do.
Yeah.
Which obviously college is also not the only answer, but it just, that's, you know.
But and I think being from Wisconsin, like, I think there are people that would say there is the next step. It's the house, the ring, and the dog.
Yeah.
You know, like that is the next step.
Right.
And so it can feel,
that's why we got the fuck out.
It can make those of us who like have not gone down that road.
Yeah.
It's like, it's weird because I saw this really funny video and it's exactly what it is where it's like, today I had a meltdown because I saw someone I've never met got something I've never wanted.
I think I saw that too.
And it was like, that's exactly where I'm like, there's nothing about that's desirable to me at all. Like, you know, you make choices for a reason.
And yet I'm crying.
And yet seeing somebody else get it, I'm like,
and yet suddenly I'm crying over engagement photos.
It makes me insecure. I don't know why, or it makes me feel like lesser than.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Hopefully maybe in that Saturn return, if I can make it out with one thing, it probably is deprogramming.
Yeah,
that like inferiority, because it's so heteronormative. It's so
totally
feminized. There are so many like layers to that.
Absolutely.
In like a political sense that there's like, and that's the thing that I hate too is like, you don't get to just do anything without it being like some kind of statement.
I know.
Or comment, and it can't just be like, oh, I just don't really want that right now.
Right. I'm not anti that.
It doesn't get to be that simple. You have to like then like it's the same thing where if like you're not super interested in having children, then people are assuming you're gonna gun for like a super successful career.
Yeah.
What if I want to be average in all aspects of life?
Just chill, bitch.
Yeah. Like what if that really is just the goal? And that
is that so much to ask?
Yeah, it's not. This is Chiller Central.
Literally.
Shut up and chill.
Shut up and chill.
Shut up and chill, bitch. But that's definitely the like weird sort of, it's so hard to navigate those feelings.
Yeah.
Because you don't want it, then why do you feel weird about it? Why do you even care? But like, and then like, of course, I'm always so curious what then, again, the reverse, like what does that person look at and see like when they look at me?
Yeah.
You know, do they feel, my biggest fear is always people feeling bad for you.
I know.
Being like,
oh, poor little thing doesn't have a clue.
Yeah, it's like people thinking that like you're somehow not in on it.
Yeah.
Is like, that is such a deep seated fear of mine. We're like, no, I know.
Yeah. Well, I think we're at an interesting stage too, where like some of our friends probably will start doing some of those things, getting married, whatever.
It's so true.
If someone pops out a kid anytime soon, I'm literally gonna shit my pants.
I've got a secret list. I've got a list of people who are allowed to have kids because they don't bring the fire like they used to. So like, you could have a kid now. It wouldn't affect my life.
That's fucking funny.
That list will remain.
Well, and it's one of those things where like, if someone in the friend group were to have a kid, like not to make it about me, but like this is affecting my life.
Yeah. Well, I do think depending on where they were, that's our kid now.
True.
Like it depends on like who had the kid. But that would, and that's what we were talking about with your tattoo artist yesterday, that concept of like that village living of like a bunch of like couples, even some families, whatever, in like a very large house or property.
Yeah. Kind of collectively raising,
Because like, proximity to children doesn't really bother me.
I haven't spent time around a child in I don't know how long. I literally don't even know what kids do or how they are.
Like, I worked as a teacher, so like that.
Yeah.
That helped a little bit for 2 years.
I like literally haven't interacted with a kid.
You treat them like a little adult. I think that's the best way to interact with kids is like literally just a little man, a little woman, a little person. Like just talk to them, make fun of them. They don't know.
That's true.
It depends on the age of the kid.
The last kid I interacted with was like probably middle school age, a boy, loved football. I just couldn't. I was like, this is the most intimidating little person I've ever encountered.
I'm not sure I've ever even seen you interact with a child. I can't.
No, I don't do it.
I can't.
I avoid.
I can't imagine you. I think maybe. Is it like an only child thing somehow?
Probably. And also, I didn't even grow up. Like, none of my cousins were. All my cousins were older.
There was nobody in the
like,
house.
There was just no kids.
Yeah.
And I never babysat. I pet sat. I hung out with animals.
You were the
four-legged friends.
Yeah, I can't picture you even interacting.
I really haven't. I remember like a couple times going to the zoo with the kids Zoe used to nanny and being like, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Those kids were
something
different.
A little crazy was happening.
That's the other thing is sometimes you meet some kids and you're like, oh, that's not right in the head.
Yeah.
Like, that kid's not all good.
Literally. So yeah, I don't spend a lot of time around children. So I'm planning to coast on that for as long as I can.
For sure.
Yeah.
For fucking sure.
Yep.
Kids is too much.
I know, and that's what happens when you get older. It's kind of the worst.
Makes my palms sweat.
It's sweaty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I'm getting a little bit of a sweaty mustache going on. We're nervous.
Yeah. Also the hangover.
I think the hangover sweats.
Hangover sweats that come in and out. I'm getting that hangover dip.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I know. I'm kind of feeling that too, and it might also be time for a snack. So
let's feast.
But honestly, this was a good hangover pod.
This was silly.
This is a great silly way to kill an hour.
Yeah, this is you needed this episode.
Yeah.
Then you have to do hangover one day.
Yeah. I actually have done that with Adam.
The power is you.
You have the power. I'm still embarrassed that I fucked up the intro.
That's so funny.
Happens to the best of us.
It's okay.
But thank you so much for joining me on the pod.
I'm happy to be here.
And thank you guys for listening or watching. For those of you who did listen, you're going to want to check this one out because we are posted up. We have blankies on. And some would say we look gorgeous.
Yeah, we are.
In many ways.
Chicago's actually voting us most gorgeous.
Most gorgeous girls. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls.
Most gorgeous, gorgeous girls in Lottie's Pub and Lou's Karaoke.
And Lou's Karaoke Bar. So thanks, guys. Love you so much. And I hope you guys have a great week. And we'll be back next week. Love you.
Say it back.
Another cathartic convo in the books. I feel better. How about you? Thank you so much for listening. Now I just want to jump on here and say, don't forget to follow and or subscribe to the pod on your favorite streaming platform for new episodes every single week, because I know you can't get enough of me. Additionally, if you want to gain access to exclusive episodes and lots of other goodies, join our Patreon and support the pod with your hard-earned American dollars. You can find the link in our show notes, or you can also visit us at patreon.com/pessimistic at best. And of course, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at pessimistic at best. And if you're as obsessed with me as I am with you, you can find me at Sam Georgeson on all platforms. And last but not least, I'd like to give a special shout out to my podcast editor and producer, the love of my life, James Arbai, whom I literally could not do this without. So thank you, James. I love you so much. And thank you guys for joining me again this week. I love you too, and I cannot wait to chat with you again soon.